Good morning. It's Dre with Grind Major Day Trading, and I'm grateful that you're checking me out this morning. If this is your first time checking out my recap, I am a self-taught day trader, and my goal is to help as many of you traders become consistently profitable using as little capital of your own money as possible. And we do that by using spreads on Nadex, and I teach you how to do that. So before we dive into today's recap, which actually is not it's gonna be a recap towards the end, but we are recording live right now. It is 9:34. As you can see at the top left of our Thinkorswim chart, and as you can see, we have a buy position on with Nadex for a daily, a daily spread of 28.90 to 29.30. That's going to expire at 4:15 today, and we got an entry price at $88 per contract. And we got that entry pretty early at 2:40 this morning. And once we are towards the end of the day, may it be 4:15 or when our take profit order is hit, then we will dive into the recap, the recap including what I advised my coaching clients and my Trade Parent subscribers the night before so they could be prepared and make their notes. But I can tell you right now, like I said, this is as you see here, I've marked off our entry level for Wednesday, and that is at the level of 28.89. And we got an entry, like I said, we got an entry price of $88 per contract. So it has gone against us, but we were in pretty early. Clearly, this was a key level because price took off to the downside, but it took off straight to magnet levels that we were trading yesterday to retest those lows from yesterday. So now that they've done that, it appears as though they are trying to make a correction back to the upside. We're on a 5-minute chart just so we can see the detail inside the position. Remember, we don't develop our direction or our bias off of these short-term charts, but we look at them to get more precise entries and exits like you see here at this particular level. Where it was support at the time that I took the position. So what we are waiting for now is probably going to be a slow, choppy correction today if we get that correction. But if things work out for us like we are planning for and anticipating, what we should see is price giving us some higher highs on the lower time frame chart. In other words, you got a low here, then you got a higher low here. This appears to be developing into a higher low right here. We should continue to see that type of activity, and it should take us back up to our entry point, which is where we're going to run into some slight resistance again. And then what we're anticipating is that price is going to break above our entry point and get us up into possibly the 29.10s, 29.15 area sometime before the end of the day. So again, we're just going to be patient. We have our low risk. We have a total risk of 176 hanging out there today. So not very much at risk, which is what you should be doing, proper management. And it also takes a lot of stress out of your trading if you already know your risk is low and you have a defined risk, meaning that I will not lose if this goes totally wrong. I would not lose more than $176. So, having those things in my favor allows for me to take the stress out of my trading. So again, that's enough of that. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video for a moment and check back in maybe about an hour or so. It's 9:30, so we can check back around 10, see where we're at, and I'll let you know what we did if I have decided to get out, managing any negative drawdown on that 176 risk that we have hanging out, or I'll let you know where we are as far as price correction if price is drifting back in our direction. So we'll see wherever we are. We'll check back in an hour, and I'll let you know what we're going to do from there. All right. So thanks for joining me this morning, and I will be right back at you in just a few moments. All right, everybody. It is now about 4 minutes to 10, and as I said a little while ago, it looked as though we were trying to form some higher lows, meaning here's a low right here, a short-term low. Here's a higher short-term low here, and here's a slightly higher short-term low. And it looks like we are now trying to develop another higher low at the high, the short-term high that we traded off yesterday. And of course, if you have been following my trade plans, you know that this particular level has been on my charts for a few weeks. As a matter of fact, we traded this as we were making our way up to making this new short-term high, and we have traded it on the way back down as a magnet level. So this has been on for weeks. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I just put on this week, obviously. I believe this is old as well, so I can go ahead and take this off. But I just wanted to point out to you that we are reusing levels. We're using these levels over and over again because they keep repeating themselves. Here's where we were on Monday. I mean, it's uncanny. You know, it's uncanny. So, you know, I just wanted to point that out really quickly, that we did get that higher low that I was expecting a few moments ago. And it looks like we are trying to build up some momentum and keep pushing it up to the upside. So I'll check that with you in a little while. I know I'm a little early. I said I was going to come back around 10:30. I'm about 30 minutes early, but I came back to the computer and saw that they shifted us to the upside to create that slightly higher low. So let's see if this is going to be what we like to call at Grind Major is a wind up or building up some momentum to continue our move in the direction that we're already going. So we're going to see if that is what we are going to get. That's what we're anticipating. So, all right, I will check back with you in just a few, maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour. I don't know. We're just going to be patient with this one today. Today's a live one. Wednesday, you know, I'm feeling doing a live position. So we're just going to do this today, and we'll recap it at the end. So, you know, hopefully you have a few minutes. I said I was going to try to keep it concise as possible. I am going to try to keep it as short as possible, but I'm not going to restrict myself. I want you to see as much of this as possible. So here we are, again, trying to work our way above that 2882 level, which we've traded before. So like I said, I'm going to come back in maybe 30 minutes to an hour just to see where we are and let you know how our position is looking. Remember, we are still negative. We are still negative. Our entry was here at 2889, and we are now at 2884, bouncing between 83 and 84. So we are still negative, but we have until 4:15 today, or this white dotted vertical line that you see here, to get our move to the upside or manage what could potentially be a losing trade. So we're prepared for both. All right. Be back with you in a few minutes. All right. All right. All right. Here we are back at it again. And it is now 11:13. And what are we looking at? What do we see here, man? We are getting our move to the upside. We are now above our entry point. So let's see if we get that continuation going to the upside. It does look that way. Remember, just a few moments ago, I said, hey, we're building some higher lows. Look at that. They're almost like reverse stair steps. You got your first step here. You got your next one here. You got your next higher low. You got another higher low. You have another higher low, and you're just creeping higher. But look at where this is taking place. This is happening right at a key level, 2867 to 71 is a key area. As we can see, this was serving as support. Price wouldn't get below it. Here's another bounce or another higher low taken right at another level that we have marked off. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not, I don't know how many ways to say this. I say it day after day. We do not guess. We're not guessing. We're not gambling. We're following a very well thought out plan. And we are prepared because we don't control the market. Unfortunately, because if anyone who traded the market controlled the market, anyone like myself or any of my trader friends, any of us, if we were able to control the market, we would all be rich. None of us would be doing this. None of us would want to teach you how to do it. We wouldn't need any of that. We wouldn't need it. We would all be rich and doing our own thing. And you probably would be too, because you would be able to control it. But we don't. So since we don't control the market, not only do we have a plan and patience, for our trade to develop, but we have a plan for if it goes against us. And clearly this trade, I was in a buy position at 2:40 this morning. This trade has been against me all morning. But why did I not worry about it? I don't have any stress in my trade because I have a defined risk, meaning I do not have a margin call with the exchange that I trade on. I already have a low risk entry cost. My goal is to get in under $100 per contract. My ultimate goal is to get my position of $50 or below. We did that today with an $88 entry price. We have plenty of time to allow our trade to develop. We got into this trade at 2:40 this morning. It does not expire until 4:15 this afternoon for another 5 hours. We have too many things that some might not understand how to use or be scared to use or just not be familiar with. We utilize these things. We use these things to our advantage to get the stress out of our trading and to be consistently profitable day after day. And if for some reason we have a losing position, one, we already have a low cost for entry. We can even lessen that risk by getting out sooner if we feel as though the position is not going to go our way. So I teach you how to utilize all of these things at grindmajordaytrading.com. All right. I teach you how to utilize all of this. I'm self-taught. I know what it is to stress out over positions. I know what it is to not have money to trade. I know all your struggles. I've been through them. I know what it is to lose, make a gang of money on demo, and then lose some live money. I know what it all feels like, which is exactly why I teach you the way that I teach you. I'm not a professional teacher. I'm a real person. The way that you hear me talking on these recaps is exactly how I teach. I cuss a little bit. I use slang terms. Hey, as long as you understand and digest this information so that you can recreate it, none of that other stuff matters. And my clients do it day after day, and you can too. You can too. So we're not done with today. Not by far. We have a little bit more to go. We're just going to be patient. Again, what do we have to stress about? Our negative position has now turned to positive. We don't have to stress because this is our maximum risk, 176. If it goes just totally wrong, that'll be the most that we will lose. And that's buying or selling, because I know a lot of people, I believe if you're using TD Ameritrade to trade on, as well as their charts. Now, we just use TD Ameritrade or Thinkorswim for their charts. If you are selling on TD Ameritrade, I believe that you have to use a margin call, and most brokers are like that. This is not like that with Nadex, and it's not like that when we trade. Again, all to take the stress out of your trading. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. It is now 11:19 in the morning. We haven't even hit 12 noon yet. And we're just letting it work for us. We're just letting the trade work for us. And I'm actually taking care of other business, doing other things. I actually probably would not be checking in on this position if I were not doing a recording where I'm stopping and starting to kind of give you live updates as they take place. But no, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to go back to taking care of some more Grind Major Day trading business. And then I'll be back to update you as to where we are. We're getting a slight retracement, but remember, we're looking at a 5-minute chart. This is just to show the detail inside our position, right? We're going to get a lot of this up and down movement the lower your time frame charts are. So I'm not worried about this small little candle moving down. I'm not worried about any of that, all right? So I'll check back with you in a few. It's 11:19 right now. We'll give it about an hour. Let's give it an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and come back and see where we are after 12. All right? So check back with you shortly. Hope you're enjoying today's recap or coaching, because this is a little bit more than a recap. So hopefully you're enjoying today's coaching. So I'll be right back with you. All right? All right. It is now 1 o'clock, and as you can see, we have been getting a good bit of back and forth whipping of buyers and sellers. and we're just gonna ride it out. So I believe the last time I checked in, we were on the up move, and we were up right around trying to hit 2,900, and then we took a dive. Now look where we took this dive back down to, right back to that level that I've been discussing all morning. The short-term high that we were trading before it was even a high, and we traded it back on the way back down when price came back down to it, and as we are here now. But I want you to notice something. Remember those higher lows? We're still getting higher lows. We're not getting any lower lows. If we start getting lower lows, then that's a sign for concern that maybe the position might be going against us, or we're going to get stalled out for the rest of the day. But they are really dragging and creeping price on up. We could get a nice end of the day push, because as you can see, for the most part, with the exception of this little pop to the upside right here, we have been in pretty much a tight range of about 28.70 to 28.90 all morning. So again, we are gonna let this work out for us and see, how price develops for us, because we are still looking good to go to the upside. We just need to be patient and allow for that trade to develop, not get panicked or rushed or anything like that. Time is working against us a little bit. We do deal with what's called time decay. So the longer time goes by without any type of significant movement in the direction that we are going in, is going to accelerate how fast or slow we go, or not accelerate, but it's going to obviously play a large factor into how fast or slow we go into profit at this point of the day. So like I said, we're going to look for a late end of the day move. Even if we don't get it, we were already prepared with a low risk for today. So although nobody wants to lose any money in the market, don't ever let anyone tell you that everyone wins. Everybody actually loses a trade or loses some portion of capital at some point in time. It's all about how you manage it. So I'm bringing that up to say that another way that we remove stress out of our day-to-day trading at Grind Major Day Trading is because we have a defined risk. We do not deal in margin calls, whether we are buying or selling. So we have that comfort level of knowing that when I got in at my risk of 176, this is the absolute total maximum that I'm willing to comfortably lose today if in the event this position goes wrong. So what does that mean for me and for you who's learning how to trade? What that means is that it should, if you are making the necessary adjustments with your internal emotions and feelings that you have to manage to be able to do this, what it should do is take a ton of stress out of your trading, because you no longer have to worry about, am I going to lose too much money or anything like that, because the price that you get in, and I do teach you how to do this, get in at the price that you are comfortable with. And if for some reason we don't get price action to allow for that, then we wait for that opportunity to present itself. But we always get in at the price range that we are trying to get in, and we're always able to manage our positions accordingly. So again, this is not hype. This is not blowing smoke. This is what we do at Grind Major Day Trading every single day, and I would love to teach you how to do it as well. So this is not over. We still have about 3 hours left. It's about 5 after 1. So this looks like they are going to keep us going all day, but that is totally fine with me. I'm here to help you, and I'm here to help you understand what it is that you're looking at. So we're going to pause for a little while. Again, it is now like I said, 104, 105. I will give this, let's come back in an hour. Why don't we do that? Why don't we check back every hour, either until we have our take profit order hit, or I get out early with a small profit, or hopefully not. But if I have to get out with a small loss, whatever takes place, we're going to recap it. We're going to go over it. We're going to talk about it, because I know this helps you, and that's what I'm here to do. So Anyway, we're going to pause for a little while. I'm going to go again, take care of some other business because that is what this affords me to do. That allows for me to take care of other things while these positions are developing. So I'm going to go take care of some other business, and I will check back with you all in about an hour or maybe a little bit more than an hour. All right. Thank you so much for checking us out. I hope you're really enjoying this. I'm giving up a ton of information. So I hope you're really enjoying today's coaching recording. So I'll be right back with you in just a few moments. All right. We'll give it about another hour or so. All right. All right, everybody, we are back, and it is now 2:30. And as I said before, I was going to let you know what I decided to do no matter what, because, again, I'm always showing you whether it's a win or a loss, and explaining what took place and why I did what I did. So today is a rare one. We normally don't take losses, but we did today. So today we have an entry price of $88 per contract, a total risk of 176, and we got an exit basically at the same level that we got our entry at. We got an exit at $36 per contract, which is going to be a loss of $52 each, or a total loss of $104. So of that $176 that we put at risk this morning, $72 of that will be going back to the account, and we took a loss of 104. So the reason is the time decay. Again, when we are trading, we do have time decay, and what that means is that if price is moving in your direction or against you, in a steady pace or a faster pace, then your profit or your loss is going to move a little faster or slower. And the least amount of time you have, if you're not getting any movement during that time, and price is kind of stalling out on you, then your profit or your loss is going to be it's going to be slower for you to go into profit, if you're either even or negative, what have you. So that was the case this morning. So basically, we were negative all morning. We became positive when we got our move to the upside here. We went back negative. We were only positive here, maybe about, I don't know, about $10 or $15 per contract. We got a move down again, right back down to this short-term high level of 28.82, and they used it as support, made a nice small little W, and then took us right back above our entry point. But given the time of day, this caused for us to, our profit not to move for us as fast as we would like it to. I still do believe that we are going to get an end of the day move, closer to maybe 4 o'clock. It might even come in the next 30 minutes or so. But this is what I'm always highlighting. If you've ever watched my recaps about having a plan for your losing position, just like you have a plan for your winning position. So because this was a losing position, and I said in the beginning of the call or the beginning of the recording that we already come in with low risk. This is how we take the stress out of our trading, because even with that small number, we're even able to lessen that number and not take a total loss. So although we had a risk of 176, we only took a loss of 104, and $72 is going to go back to our account, and then we'll be back at it tomorrow. So nothing to get frantic about, nothing to get all hysterical about. Of course, nobody likes to take a loss, but in this business, it's not the fact that you take a loss, it's about how you manage that loss. Because every trader takes some kind of loss in some way, shape, or form, at least once during the week. And I would feel comfortable saying that if a person tells you otherwise, they're probably not telling the truth. So again, everybody has some form of a loss at least once or twice during the week. But the thing is, it's all in how you manage it. So here we are. They're trying to get a little pop to the upside, but it really is neither here nor there at this point. There's only 2 hours left in the day. We will not be trying to enter a position to try to recoup $100 with 2 hours left in the day. That would most certainly be gambling, and that is not what we do. What we will do is allow for this price action to play out. get a market close, and then I will come back to my charts this evening and formulate the trade plan for tomorrow. And we will absolutely watch that trade plan. Execute that trade plan tomorrow. But while we are here, let me just go over what the plan was today and let you know how they trapped some traders, myself included. For a time being, they had me negative on the downside when I was being a buyer. So today, let me back up. Last night, I let everyone know that we would be or should be in good position to go short if we get price holding below 28.89, which is this level right here. We should be in good shape to go short, and we would see price running into some support around the 28.62-63 level. So let's take a look at that. We got our entry for a buy. Things looked a little differently for me at that time, which is why I took that buy position. But had I taken that sell at that time, which was 2:45 in the morning, price did sell off from that level, exactly the level pointed out in the plan. And we did go all the way down to 28.60. We got down to 28.69. So we didn't quite get all the way down there, but we deal in ranges, because a lot of times the price is going to come within a range of the level that you have planned for. A lot of times it might not exactly touch it to the pip, so you want to be prepared to take action within a range around the level. So this is still accurate. Price came down to this level and found some support, and as you can see, it made its move back up. And if we were going to go long, we want to see price holding above 28.95. So clearly I was definitely early on this position. But as the plan said, if we were going to go long, if we got price holding above 28.95, and we should see some resistance around 28.13 to 15, which actually that was my exit. And that exit also happens to be the entry level for Monday. So not making this up, folks. This is just history repeating itself. These are just levels repeating themselves. So, you play this video back, listen to what I said for the recap, and then either look at my notes or go and look at your own chart. You all have charts, you all have platforms to see the same exact thing that I'm looking at. So it's not a way for me to make it up. Go back and check it for yourself. These levels are key. They are reliable. And when they prove themselves to be not reliable anymore, then we just take them off. If price just cuts through one or cuts above another one, we'll make more support and resistance levels. But as long as they are magnet levels that buyers and sellers are being drawn to, we most certainly want to trade those. And as you can see, no coincidence, we got the sell-off, and it came down to that planned level of the 28.67-65 level. But when price came back up and stalled out, look where it stalled out at. The exact same level that we got our entry at. So, again, this is all about, putting in the work, learning how we do things at grindmajordaytrading.com, which is a very simplified approach. I'm not going to sit here and act like, it's ABC 1, 2, 3. You do have to put in the work, but this is not, I repeat, this is not as complicated as you think it might be. All right. So with that being said, get over your fear of learning something new. All right. Come over here to grindmajordaytrading.com. Get subscribed and start getting access to my trade plan every day. That also includes 9 hours of coaching. If you don't know anything and you want hands-on training, you want a hands-on experience with an experienced person, self-taught, sign up for my online one-on-one coaching, Create Your Own Paradise coaching class. I will take you, guide you by the hand, tell you everything I know, get you from being a total novice to being consistently profitable in this business. So again, I'm grateful that you tuned in today. I hate that you had to see a loss today, but it's actually a good thing, because it lets you see how I manage a losing position, why we got in, why we got out, and how we even though we got in at a less than $200 total risk today, we only took a loss of about half, a little bit more than half. So a phenomenal day. We managed the position properly, And look, just before I get out of here, I just want to point out something. Had I wanted to hold for this to go up and go higher, I would be even more negative now. I'd be at a loss of well over $100 had I just held on to this, because we aren't really going anywhere. So, you have a plan, it's accurate, you got to follow it, but you also, need to build that trader intuition so you know when you need to make adjustments if need be. Case in point, exiting this position today with a little over a 50% loss. So again, I really hope you enjoyed today's information and today's recap. Again, make sure you go over to grindmajordaytrading.com, become an affiliate, earn 20%. You can do that for free. Subscribe to my trade plan that includes coaching vault access, enroll in my one-on-one training, or grab some apparel and trade comfortable like the rest of us over here at Grind Major Day Trading. So anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will check with you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Peace.